All right, everybody, we live right here with Mr. Robert Trimmer, one of the trailblazers of Third Ward. We're going to get the record straight today. Somebody who's been there, Mr. Robert Trimmer. Mr. Trimmer, now we talking about today, we're going to talk about Texas Southern and Canfield Oaks, which is right there in the 3500 block of Rosewood and the 3500 block of Ruth.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, where y'all used to hunt at. Right?
Hunt, had cows, horses, hogs, chickens. It was the country.
Okay.
It was strictly rural back then in the early 1930s and on up until the 40s.
Okay, now let me ask you this, Mr. Trimmer. Now, when they started building that subdivision of Canfield Oaks, was TSU built at that time?
No, the TSU didn't come in until 1947.
Okay, in 1947. Now you listen to this, y'all, so we can get the record straight. Mr. Trimmer was there. In fact, it was your family and them that was keeping that property up for Select Brewery. Is that right?
Southern Select.
Southern Select Brewery.
Yeah.
Now, when Texas Southern went up, now this is what the problem is. People are saying that the Negro colored junior college was there at Texas Southern, and it wasn't there, right?
No, it was not until 47. They used to conduct their classes over Jack Yates High School over on Elgin and Live Oak.
Right, that's 2016 Elgin.
They conducted their classes at night.
Mm-hmm.
During that time, I was very interested in music, and I used to go over there at night with the band.
Uh-huh.
The band instructor at that time was Calvin Bowes.
Okay.
And he conducted his musical classes in the cafeteria.
And then that was called the Colored Junior College.
I think it was Houston Junior College.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Now, when they built Texas Southern up in 1947, now we know that the Canfield Oaks was already there, which is the 3500 block of Rosewood and Root.
They came into being about the same time, I believe. I didn't put any date down.
Uh-huh.
But it was all about the same time.
How about the Groovy Grill with Mr. Prince?
The Groovy Grill coming in about the same time.
So they both came in there just about the same time.
Yeah, because at the time when Groovy Grill first came over there, Tim Russell was a red clay dirt road.
Okay.
And when it rained, you could bog a dog down there.
Okay, now we're talking about what year? About 1930s, right?
No, this is later.
In the 40s?
40s.
Okay.
See, remember I told you, TSU came in at about 1947.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
Horace Prince, who owned the Groovy Grill, he must have got some information on what was to be.
Uh-huh.
And he come down there and bought a lot when it was just strictly a rural area.
Okay.
And then as it developed, he was already there.
All right.
Yeah.
Now when they came to get Texas Southern, is that the state of Texas?
Oh, state, see, TSU had two names.
Okay.
See, the first name TSU had was Texas State University for Negroes.
Okay.
And somebody decided that was too close to the University of Texas, and they changed the name to Texas Southern University.
Now this is history, y'all. It was not no colored junior college. It was always Texas Southern, and before Texas Southern, it was what, Mr. Trimmer?
Texas State University for Negroes.
Texas State University for Negroes.
Same initials, TSU.
The same initial, TSU.
But they changed it to Texas Southern University.
This is history. That's why we want to get this history straight before we go and start twisting it up and get it all mixed up. It was not no junior colored college. That was held over there at Jack Yates at 2016 Elgin at night.
That's right.
Okay, you hear that, everybody? So we want to get that record straight. Now, we know about Canfield Oaks. Now, the 3500 block of Rosewood and 3500 block of Root. Y'all used to keep that property up, right?
Yeah, my daddy didn't own it.
Right, it was right. The property was belonged to Ben Todd's.
No.
Over there were Rosewood and Ruth.
Southern Select Brewery owned the land where TSU is now.
Okay, but now we're talking about Canfield Oaks.
My daddy at the time, that was a pasture. We kept our cows and horses.
Where's that at?
It's where Texas Southern is now.
Okay, all that was pasture.
Yeah.
And that's where y'all kept all y'all.
And my daddy was permitted to use it just for that purpose, to keep our cows and horses on.
Okay, and then when the state came in to want to buy that property, didn't you tell me that your dad, along with Select Brewery, had to sign off on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he signed along with them because I don't know, you know, the law on that is, I don't know whether they got it that way or not, the statute of limitation.
Okay.
My dad we had used it in about 10 or more years.
Right.
And the statute of limitation is if you stay on some land 10 or more years and keep up the fence and nobody interfere with you or interrupt you being there, you could become a squatter.
You could become a squatter. You hear that? You hear that, Facebook family? You hear that, Google family? And this is what we're trying to do, get to the history. And then therefore, that's why your dad had to sign off on that with Select Brewery, because he was part of a squatter.
Yeah.
Okay, now we cooking. Now, when they built up Texas Southern, and at the same time, that area there was going up to what was Towest, which was a clay road, right?
Yeah, and right in front of Texas Southern, when I was a boy growing up, it was a lake.
It was a lake.
Lake there.
It was a lake right there where TSU was.
We used to swim in that lake when I was about 10 or 12 years old.
Right.
Back in the early 30s.
In the early 30s.
Yeah, we used to go in that lake and swim.
Right there on that corner, which at the time it wasn't a corner, it was just pasture, right? It was just a dirt. Was that old dirt road, what we call Towester, was it there?
It was there.
Okay, and that old dirt road on Towester, it only went what right there between did it go to Blodgett, or did it go, or do you not for sure?
No, Blodgett was closed in until us to stop right there. There was a little street in right where Rosewood is now. 8 years ago, they had a little street there about a block. Because it was called Martin.
Okay.
But see, they opened later years. They opened up the street from there all the way to Scott.
Okay.
And then they named it Rosewood, so they got rid of the name Martin, because Martin wasn't but a block long.
Okay, and then, right, and that's where Rosewood went. When I was coming up, it only went to Canfield. Yeah, it only went Rosewood.
That's right, it went to Canfield.
It went to Rosewood, went to Canfield, and Ruth went to Canfield.
That's right.
That's why, I'm assuming that's why they called it Canfield Oaks. And that was the subdivision name, and that's what Jerry Shepherd is trying to make it a historical community, because that was the first subdivision for blacks in Third Ward.
That's right.
That was the first black subdivision in Third Ward, was Canfield Oaks. And when they built that subdivision, it was mainly at the same time they knew Texas Southern was coming through there.
Somebody did, because it was in the plan.
Right, it was in the plan. And now, if I'm not mistaken, you was telling me that guy was a black developer, and his name was Sterling.
Sterling Jones.
Sterling Jones. Sterling Jones helped develop that area.
The Rosewood, what they call it? What you call the neighborhood?
They call it the Canfield Oaks.
Sterling Jones did all that. He was a contractor.
And he was a black contractor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, right there where Rosewood and Ruth, that 3500 block, we say Canfield Oaks. Didn't y'all used to put horses, or didn't y'all put vegetables or something there before they developed that?
Man, they used to raise some of the best sweet potatoes all over where Rosewood and Ruth is. Man, they used to raise some of the best sweet potatoes and watermelons all over there back in the 30s.
What?
See, my dad had a milk dairy there.
Okay.
Until 1932. What did you have about? I'm very big. Had about 7, 8, 10 cows.
Okay.
And my mother took care of that.
Right.
And my daddy worked for the city.
Okay.
Yeah, he had a contract with the city. They had a garbage route. This before they got as good as it is now.
Right, sanitation. Right, they had a garbage route. Right.
They used to pay my daddy $9 a day for a truck and 2 men to take care of a garbage route.
Right.
And the 2 men got $1.50 a day apiece and $6 a day for the truck.
For the truck. How many dollars?
And at the same time, gasoline was about 12 cents a gallon.
Wow. You hear that? 12 cents. That's history. This is history.
Sound like nothing now, but it was commensurate. You know, it's up to the time. It was good pay at that time.
Oh yeah, yeah, because cost of living was so much down.
You didn't make much money, but you got a lot for your money.
For your money, the prices and stuff was down.
Right.
Now, Mr. Trimmer, now when we was going down Towester there, and we went to Canfield Oaks, which I said was a block there between Rosewood and Ruth in the 3500 block.
Yeah.
Now, when Mr. Jones, Sterling Jones, developed that area, and
now that's the part that the Tobbs owned.
Ben Todd owned that property.
Yeah.
But y'all was keeping it up for Ben Todd.
No, my dad, we didn't. There was another guy named Henry Thomas.
Okay.
He had that over there.
Okay, so in other words, Mr. Thomas had the Rosewood and Ruth. He was taking care of that property.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we didn't have any authority at all or any permission to be on that land at all.
Did y'all use the land?
No, guy named Henry Thomas. His nickname was Shine.
Okay.
He was a guy had restaurants and beer joints and stuff. One on West Dallas and one on Darling.
Okay. All right.
But he had that.
Okay, so he had all of that.
He used that. He had a hog ranch over there too.
Oh, he had a hog ranch over there.
Yeah.
Because I know when I was coming up, you know, your liquor store and your family now was right there in that area right there next to Rosewood.
On Wheeler.
Right, on Wheeler.
Well, see, at one time, Wheeler didn't come all the way through the campus.
Okay.
It used to stop at the railroad track.
So Wheeler stopped at the railroad track.
In later years, they brought it on through the school, on through the Scott.
Okay.
And then before they finally closed the Wheeler through the campus.
Right. I remember when they did that.
Before they closed, there used to be a lot of traffic coming through.
Right. And that's what I always remember the most coming up in the late 50s and early 60s is that all that traffic would be held up right there between Towester and the railroad track at the girls' dormitory.
Yeah,
and then the traffic would be held up right there at the Groovy Grill because a lot of people would park their cars and they'll meet somebody over there at the Groovy Grill.
You still had a parking lot though.
Yeah, but they had a parking lot, but some of them guys go on the campus. They would sometimes stay there on that campus.
They would travel through the campus, you know.
Right.
Going up. Because a lot of the people going to University of Houston used to travel through that daily.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then the part about it is that your liquor store was right off the corner of Towester and Wheeler.
Yeah.
And there was right there on that corner really a Cobb's and Wheeler.
I was also in the 3500 block of Wheeler.
Oh, you was the 3500 block of Wheeler.
I was the 3500 block.
Mm-hmm.
I was right there my final year, last year's being there, which I left there in 1987.
Okay.
And I was right directly across the street from Thurgood Marshall School of Law.
Right. Which was that time was Varsity Drugstore. It was a Varsity Drugstore across the street.
Yeah, I think that was the name of it.
Yeah, Mr. Reed had that.
Well, Reed was the son-in-law.
Okay.
What was his name? Dr. Roy owned that land.
Okay. But yeah. Mr. Reed, I know he was. I know he was used to manage the drugstore because of Marvin Neal's sister Marcella and May, and even Barbara Jean used to work there for him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to get Stewart.
Okay, Mr. Stewart.
Stewart was the first. He was the pharmacist.
Yeah, Mr. Stewart. Right, Mr. Stewart.
Stewart had the pharmacy there in that drugstore.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a pharmacist.
Right.
You know, Stewart also, he was a pharmacist there, but he also played on the first football team they had at Texas Southern.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was a graduate of Texas Southern.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what he got his degree in.
Right.
There, but he played on the football team over there.
Now, when they opened up Texas Southern, it was like now a lot of people who lived over there in Canfield Oaks, some of them worked at Texas Southern.